really disconnecting me. Back now? Actually live. Okay. So anyway, big bummer. I hate that that just happened. Anyway, back to where we were at. So Kenobi. Um. Yeah. Oh my god, the flashback scenes. That was awesome. Of course, like the little digital CGI. I don't really want this low grade CGI. I feel mean. That's just a great thing to see. But it was awesome. That was just awesome to see. What else is there? Flashbacks. I mean, I like the whole setup here to Vader, and also they show the lightsabers like fallen Jedi's. I like the setup here where like, Vader is coming. They're preluding it, throughout the episode. I like too this fight with Obi-Wan Anakin from episode 2, well prior to episode 2, because reason you can tell is that lightsaber hilt he has, which is actually the same design as Vader's. They use that in episode 2 as kind of like the foreshadowing, which he loses that in the Geonosis factory. So this is sometime before the events of episode 2. I love we have the Jedi mullet back in the Padawan braid. Let's see. I got real strong like episode 8 slash like Rogue One kind of vibes out of this episode. Um, Especially like the whole like evacuation. I was getting like the fact that that corner in that area, I was getting a really strong Last Jedi kind of vibe there. That's the kind of joke I made before when all like the purge troopers, stormtroopers, like I want every blaster on that guy right now. Like it's just, but I like that. The Tala and Ned B thing. It's kind of sad because like it turns like one of those action moments like a really impactful moment, but we only really have 2 episodes of any kind of setup with them. So I'm like, am I blown away? Like I'm more sad for the droid for Ned B. Like I don't know, it just seems like a very helpful but at the same time hopeless kind of droid. Um I like Kenobi's kind of reasoning on everything. He's like, "Oh, like I know kind of what you've been through, this and that. Like I'm not you're not leading me to him, I'm leading you." I actually thought she's going to be like, "No, I won't do this." I thought he would kind of be like held prisoner. Vader shows up. He's like, "I'm going to strike him down." And that's where she would kind of come in and be like, "No, I will take you down." I'm kind of glad it went the opposite way. Kind of like kind of just puts her guard down instantly. Be like, all right, you know what? Maybe it is time to strike. Uh, I feel like just without any context, like right there in that part of the episode, I'm kind of like, I feel like that's kind of weak because like a minute ago she's like, "Guys, what I've done alone." I just thought it was gonna be like that, you know. Um, but then to see her kind of change tone and leading into then that the Grand Inquisitor's back, pretty cool. Um, the might of Vader is shown in this, and it's like that Rogue One sense to see that, but now with the Force, like you see proficient with the lightsaber and the Force in one. Now to see him pull down a ship, leaving, literally rip out of its hull with ease, and then when the third sister tries to fight him, just throws her around with the Force. Like my man barely had to lift a finger. But then he takes a lightsaber, splits it, just throws a piece. I was sitting here in my head, I'm like, he's toying with her, playing with his prey at this point. Like he could finish her at any point during that initial attack. I feel he could have just like destroyed her with the Force. A lightsaber fight on that was awesome. Um, I will say for Hayden, one of the things I really enjoyed was I don't know if he's also like the stuntman suit at this. Obviously, playing Darth Vader. The walk is very fast. Like it's kind of cool because like you don't really see fast Vader. Um, he's not sprinting, and I like that. They keep that real stiff leg movement, so that was cool. Um, and then one of the things I really liked in the flashbacks and in the fight scene, the the Vader is a master, an Anakin's master form 5 lightsaber combat. And to have him do that kind of one-handed attack is my favorite. So seeing that, I always bear in mind because I liked one time I was watching, it was like a professional sword fighter break down the episode 5 Luke versus Vader fight, and you see in the beginning of the fight, Vader's doing his kind of one-hand attack, and then Luke falls into the carbonite chamber, and he's like, all too easy. Flips the switch, awesome. But then you see when Luke comes back and he's really beating Vader, that's when the rest of the fight he switches to two hand. Um, Two different good callbacks there, so I like that. And then I also like you see in the Obi-Wan Anakin flashback when Obi-Wan's down on the ground, one hand pounding on him, and Obi-Wan's like defending himself. That's what Vader's known for, obviously, vicious style. So I like that they're kind of using that moment to also kind of add up. But you'll also see that later on in episode 5. You get to right before Luke gets his hand cut off. You see, bam, bam, and it's like wailing on him, and then finally see Luke kind of give that little second of like breaking his defense, and that's when Vader cuts his hand off. I really like that kind of callback. Um, am I the only one who also believes that training with a real lightsaber? I know he's a Padawan, so he's at the good, he's at like a good level to be trained with a real lightsaber. But am I the only one who thinks that's the most reckless thing you can do? Like, I know for the younger Padawans, like a lower setting, so you're gonna get like like a light cut or like burn. Like, I know it's in that range. But training with a real lightsaber, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Um, Grand Inquisitor's back. That's, I think, one of my favorite things we've so far. I really didn't. I really think they're gonna bring him back like that, you know. But obviously, for Rebel's sakes, I'm like, gonna have to come back. So now I'm guessing. We're gonna put this up on the scoreboard because it's one of my bigger complaints with the most recent Star Wars stuff. We're gonna put no permadeath because we've noticed that in. You know what? I'm really. We're gonna go low grade CGI. I'm so sorry. Um, we really could hit bingo. Are they okay? Are they safe? I'm gonna have to contemplate on that one. And I feel like we're hitting bingo today, folks. I really do. Because you know what? We actually, no permadeath, but I also want to put, are they okay? If we hit bingo, first ever bingo board, we finally hit it. Um, there's no permadeath in Star Wars now, you know? They're coming back as Force Ghosts doing this. I'm cool with it because, as long as it plays a good part to the narrative. Um, but is it bad to say I just characters just die, call it a day, and just die? Padme, permadeath, boom. Andor, Jyn Erso, permadeath. Ever since I think ever since that, we haven't really had a permadeath. There's certain characters I feel like should come back. Like Kylo Ren. I want to see some more action. I really do. Um, uh, that's really my big one. Yeah, Palpatine came. No permadeath on that one, surprisingly. Man turns into a being of force, essentially. But, so we have that. So, I mean, for continuity's sake, to bring the Grand Inquisitor back, to me personally, I think it's a good touch. That really rounds it out. And we're kind of, for canon's sake, we're back on track. I try to, make sure I keep with every timeline, make sure that they flow properly. Uh, no disruptions in canon. I do like that they're also doing whole uh episode 4 Alec Guinness kind of idea with the Force. Like here the third sister gets that, communicator, and he gets that feeling. He's like, something's wrong. And that's the same thing we see when Alderaan destroyed. Like thousands of voices cried out and suddenly silence. Like that whole thing. Which, speaking of accents to it, Ewan McGregor, every now and then I'm kind of like, his accent's a little weird, but I'm like, I know he's trying to do more of that transitional into Alec Guinness, that in between. It's great. I think sometimes that comes up when I'm like, definitely. So yeah, I mean that I want to say that's where we're at now. That's kind of the discussion aspect of a prediction where we're kind of at. Um, so I have I think one more episode if I remember correctly. I think this is six. I wouldn't be, but so let's say next week is the season finale, right? I think I don't know what side at this the third sister. I feel like she has even more Obi-Wan. Now it's kind of like, oh, we take them on together, and I'm just going, and then she goes into it, finds out he's not even there. I feel like he just struck out big time. It's already bad enough like before, where it's just like he was your Padawan. Where were you? Um, he's off on a mission. Um, a lot of ums collecting. So we have Obi-Wan is with Leia. Root. Now Bail Organa definitely went from Kenobi. My thing is though, is Vader reporting this to Vader? And he's like, all right, maybe we're in good Tatooine. Then we're getting, are we getting now it's Luke time to shine, essentially in the series? Or are we getting in my head, I think the final huzzah. I like to think that Obi-Wan's done. Obi-Wan and Vader are done here. I like to think they're off, they'll their own separate paths for the next, however long, obviously, till they meet again. So the next probably 10 years. So I want to see if it's gonna be like that, or well, the way I personally want. I have to kind of go off on a limb. I want to see the third sister go and basically have a big all-out brawl with Obi-Wan. That last thing of like, you've left me to die a second time in my life. Your fault. This happened. So forth. Big fight ends. Obi-Wan hits the coup de grace, calls it death. That's my thought, because she's there, kind of dying. First thing, she grabs a lightsaber, and she gets the here. My thoughts are that that's where they're going, but I guess that's determined. I want to say those are really my big thoughts on it. Great episode, honestly. Yet again, I see some Purge Troopers. Obi-Wan destroyed a Purge Trooper. That was cool. Really hope we get that Purge Trooper figure tomorrow, folks. Gunning for it. I love this series. I know we've had great merchandise come out for it. I have the regular Purge, not the, I have the one of the Obi-Wan figures pre-ordered. Uh, I know I retro collection. Fan of the retro collection of only certain characters. I'm very picky with it. I just love like the old. So there's that. And I really, I have all the Black Series Inquisitors pre-ordered. Love, love me some Inquisitors. I just think the concept's so cool. Like either through torture or by own volition, join the new Empire to hunt down Jedi. Um, like a weird. It's like a weird catch-22. It's like, well, Jedi, is basically the enemy to the new Empire, but at the same time, it's like you are also, it's just only view that you're on the correct side of everything. Um, the first episode with all the Inquisitors in town like that, I thought that was kind of to me how I always liked the Inquisitors was they're like the kind of like the Secret Service of the Empire. I know, obviously, like ISB. I always imagined they were like the covert ops. Like, hey, look, we got a call. There's a Jedi out here. And the Inquisitors make it fast and stealthy. They go in. It's like assassination. Done. They're in. They're out. Boom, and that's it. But it's interesting that they're running more. Same thing, Jedi Fallen Order. We see they're running more of the obviously a higher rank empire. So they're like the generals here amongst the other clones. I mean, I guess some of them are actually. Probably not the Phase Two, but I know like some of the OG Purge troopers for the last of the vet clones. But like the stormtroopers, like they're the commanding officers there. I thought it would be you know something like that, but yeah. So I mean, it's interesting to see we're getting a little more of those dynamics. We obviously see that in the beginning of Jedi Fallen Order with the second sister, looking for Cal Kestis. So it's cool to see some of those bigger things where you're like, oh, I guess they're more out there than. Oh, but then I wonder if the aliens, if they're aware of anything, like they're like, ah, these are just those general guys coming around again, uh, high up in the Empire. But I mean, they pull out the lightsaber, so I'm kind of like, I wonder if to them they're like, God, must be hunting rogue Jedi or something. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta look a little deeper. I want to see some perspective. Um, so yeah, I mean, that's really much what I have for here, for this uh watch along here. So I want to thank everyone for coming in today. Phenomenal episode. I'm happy to share it with everyone. So we already hit bingo too, so that's not bad. So we're gonna have that. It's gonna be an ongoing stay. I'm gonna once the archives are fully, try to upgrade this for the bingo. This is just for right now. So as the watch alongs continue, we'll have some more. So well, with that being said, I want to thank everyone for tuning in for today for this transmission archives. Yeah, Master Archives watch along 4. Got the bingo going, Kenobi bingo. So yeah, I guess really this is where we're gonna do the classics, the plugs as well. So for those who want to join, of course, archives is here. It's the Discord link by myself and members of the Bang Squadron. Wonderful members of the archives there. Pretty much talking yesterday. Just go on about everything. Love it. And this is also the plug segment where I'll plug upcoming ideas. Well, upcoming streams and social. So a lot of the streams here I've been posting shorts on YouTube. So always feel free to take a look. All these streams also do get uploaded. And of course, you can find me here on Twitch. For this coming week, I've updated the schedule in the archives and I have to update it on Twitch. But I'll be back hopefully tomorrow night. Dante underscore at 8 or picking up some have like back to Yomi. I always get the name wrong, but we were playing that this past Sunday. So I like to get a phenomenal samurai game available on the Xbox Game Pass, and we've also been doing Gears of War. We're doing a lot of more retro games, so that's gonna be a theme for the summer. I like to continue retro gaming, but from the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era. So a lot of the stuff I would like to hopefully see you guys out for. And over the weekend, I would also like to try doing some Fortnite streams as well. I had a great time. And the battle pass actually for that prize at the end is actually Darth Vader. Coincides with what we're doing here. So hopefully I can level up that battle pass and get everyone out there. So those are the big things I know for the upcoming. If I can squeeze one more day in to a watch along of a movie, I would like to, but we'll kind of have to see what the schedule has. So a lot of that will be updated, of course, as the week their idea today. But with that, I just want to thank everyone for today. And until next time, the archives will be closed. Of course, they're always open forward. But thank you, everyone. Knowledge can be day to day life and